What's up, booktube? It's Leah Cooper, and today I am bringing you my end of the year December TBR. So I have a really special guest here to help me pick my end of the year TBR, and that is TheDT, my boyfriend. We recently moved in together, as I've talked about in my kind of coming back videos, and I figured this is a great opportunity to have him back on the channel. It's been like 2 years, I think, since my boyfriend picked my TBR back in 2019. I'll leave a link to that up in the cards and down below if you're interested in picking it and seeing that. I also vlogged the experience, which was interesting to say the least. But today we're working on my TBR for December. So to reach my Goodreads goal in December, I need to read 10 more books. And I also have like a lot of books left on my 15 books to read in 2021 TBR. And so I'm just not going to be able to finish everything on that TBR, but I do want to read some of the things. And to help push me, I guess we'll say, to read those books, DT is going to be following some prompts, picking some books off that TBR, also picking some books from my books I have currently checked out from the library, and also just from my shelves in general. So are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will also be leaving these prompts down below if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, best friend that you want to challenge to help you pick out your TBR. Ooh, this is really hard to do with someone.
Follow the instructions in the link, and hopefully you'll have as much fun as us.
But for real, you can follow the prompts down below, and if you do, please tag me or let me know in the comments of one of my videos. I love to watch that, and I'll check it out. So the first prompt is to pick a book based on the cover. So what I've got here are the books that are remaining on my 15 books to read in 2021 TBR, as well as a couple books checked out from the library, as well as another book that I have been trying to read all year with limited success. So for our first prompt, DT is going to be picking from this selection of books just based on the covers. So feel free, go wild. What do you think I should read? I do know you know a little bit about some of these books, but just try to pick it just on the cover.
What about this one?
First book picked for the TBR is Year One by Nora Roberts. 1 for 1, huh?
Yeah, 1 for 1. I liked my pick. Like, dude,
no,
it was
oh my
so
god,
good.
you can talk about it after you pick it. The second prompt is to pick a book based on the tagline. So that is going to be the tagline that I give him. This is a really interesting angle I picked, but you look really cute in it, so it's fine. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to pick a couple of books, again, from this TBR, and I'm going to give a 1-sentence description of them, and then have DT pick based on that 1-sentence description. So this does give me a little bit of control, but I have to read 10 books next month, and I will try to weight it a little bit in my favor. The books are short stories from the various characters from The Return of the Jedi and Jabba's Palace, slight fantasy retelling of The Great Gatsby, which is the classic by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and more short stories in the universe of The Witcher. So, DT, which of these 3 books should I read next one?
Oh, I think The Witcher. Because, you know, we've been watching it, so might as well, right?
Like I said, a little bit weighted in my favor. Then the third prompt is going to be pick a book blindly. Okay, so for prompt 3, which is to pick a book blindly, I'm going to go ahead and have DT pick 2 books from that TBR, the remaining books. I'm going to put them behind my back, and then he's going to pick blindly. So you can go ahead and pick from that. 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 books. I gotta see the angle.
Oh, should I do like this?
No, you can look at me.
Oh, okay.
You look at me, then I'll swap them around in my hand. Don't look at the camera. You cheater.
Sorry.
Okay. Pick a hand.
Right hand.
Mine?
Oh, this one.
Is that the one you intended?
Yeah, that one.
So, book 3 is going to be Atlas Alone by Emma Newman. Jabba's Palace returns to the ring. The fourth prompt is to pick a book based on the synopsis as it's written on the book. I'm going to go ahead and pick 3 books. I will read the synopses off the back of the books, and then DT will pick based on those synopses. Should I put Tales from Jabba's Palace back in here? I think I will refrain.
To be honest, I chose it because I was going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I was like, yeah, the third one. So the top one and the bottom one of the third row, so, it's okay.
Always has to have a numerical reason for his actions.
Yes.
Okay, so for this one, these are the 3 books I picked, and I will read the tagline, or I will read the synopses, and you'll just pick what you think sounds the most interesting, okay?
Okay.
So, for I Capture the Castle. I Capture the Castle tells the story of 17-year-old Cassandra and her family who live in a not-so-genteel poverty in a ramshackle old English castle. Here she strives over 6 turbulent months to hone her writing skills. She fills 3 notebooks with sharply funny yet poignant entries. Her journals candidly chronicle the great changes that take place within the castle walls and her own first descent into love. By the time she pens her final entry, she has captured the castle and the heart of the reader in one of literature's most enchanting entertainments. So that's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Life Expectancy by Dean Koontz. The synopsis is, before he died on a storm-racked night, Jimmy Talk's grandfather predicted there would be 5 dark days in his grandson's life. 5 dates whose terrible events Jimmy must prepare himself to face. The first is to occur in his 20th year, the last in his 30th. What terrifying events await Jimmy on these 5 critical days? What challenges must he survive? The path he follows will defy every expectation and will take all the love, humor, and courage he possesses. For who Jimmy Talk is and what he must accomplish on the 5 days his world turns is a mystery both dangerous and wondrous. And then the last one is Jeeves and the Feudal Spirit by P.G. Wodehouse. And the synopsis for this: P.G. Wodehouse's classic novels featuring the inimitable humor of Jeeves and his master Bertie Wooster reflect the glories and absurdities of a vanished era. In this latest novel, Bertie, with the aid of the imperturbable Jeeves, gets himself out of more than one complication in his feckless life. That's all it says.
Oh.
So, which of these 3 should I read next one?
That one.
I knew you were going to pick Life Expectancy. Like, I started reading the synopses of these and I was like, why did I think DT would find either of these interesting? He doesn't know what Jeeves and Wooster is. And this is a girl coming of age novel.
Unless, of course, you planned it all along.
I really didn't. I don't know. Dean Koontz is horror, and I'm a little concerned about reading that book, but an ex-coworker from Half Price Books told me to read it. The 5th prompt is to pick a book based on your partner's favorite colors. What's your favorite color?
I think light blue right now.
Light blue. Okay. So that means I can pick a book off my shelves that is light blue, or I'm going to pick 2 and have him pick from those 2. There's nothing really in that pile that's light blue. So we're going to turn to our shelves, because ironically, all of the blue books got picked already. Come on, miss. Yes.
How about this guy? The Wings Mystery?
I think that's the 2nd book in the series.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I know which one's going to pick. The 2 I pulled out are Dragon's Eye, which is an 80s Harlequin intrigue that I picked up from a little free library. She's got a light blue shirt on. And then the other one was Breath of Earth by Beth Cato, which is the first book in, I think, a trilogy. So, which one should I read next month, DT?
That one.
Yep, because it's shiny and fiery. And
yeah,
cool
it has more of the blue.
And a lot of blue. And I mean, it's light blue on the back.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
The 6th prompt is to pick a book based on your partner's favorite movie or favorite video game. So you can go ahead and pick which kind of category, I guess. And then what would be your answer?
I'm about to go with the Avatar.
So I'm going to pick, again, 2 books that are somehow remind me of the Avatar, and then I'll have DT pick from those. So
The Blue Guys from 2009.
Yes, not Avatar: The Last Airbender, just to be clear. Okay, so I could pick something that's like environmentalism.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
Alien Invasion.
Human alien invasion, or colonialism,
You can also
or just kind of like a sci-fi.
Armageddon.
Well, it's not really Armageddon, but
It
it
is for them.
What do I have that fits that?
That's the same guy. That's the same Lee. Martez.
No, it's Martinez.
Martinez. That's the same Lee. That was the
No, it's not.
systems administrator.
No, it's not. It's A. Lee Martinez.
I know, but it's just
There's
a
a
coincidence.
picture of him, and it's not Lee. Is that Lee?
Dude.
No, it's not. This is also the problem with the way these are organized. I can't see anything. I guess I'll do these three.
Oh, where?
And I'll just describe them to
Wait,
you.
what about that one that you just picked up from the library?
What one?
This one.
I don't want to read that this month.
Oh.
Because I want to vlog that, and I'm not going to have time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, also, I don't know what it's about. Also, I don't know if this is the first in the series.
Oh, okay. No
It's a
problem.
really complicated series. This was hard. And I'm not really certain about these picks. But I'll explain why they made me think of Avatar, I guess, and what they're supposed to be about. Okay, so the first one is going to be The Constant Gardener by John Le Carre. And I'll read the synopsis. Tessa Quayle, young, beautiful, and dearly beloved, is gruesomely murdered in northern Kenya. When her husband sets out on a personal odyssey to uncover the mystery of her death, what he finds can make him not only a suspect, but also a target for Tessa's killers. So, it's been a really, really long time since I've seen the movie that this is based off of, but I want to say she is killed because she is investigating either an environmental issue that the government wants to cover up, or like a human trafficking thing. But I want to say it's like an environmental thing that she's investigating, or something to do with colonialism and imperialism in Kenya, and political and government corruption, and that's why she's murdered. So that's kind of what why it made me think of Avatar, because it, like, I think it has that environmental aspect, and it also has like political, military shenanigans kind of thing. I know it's a stretch. It was really hard to find things based off the Avatar. This one's also a stretch. That's going to be Down Below Station by C.J. Cherry. So it does have that sci-fi element, and then from the back it says, Pel's star occupied the central spot in the coming conflict between Earth's tired stellar empire and the tough onslaught of its rebellious colonies. Whoever controlled Pel's Down Below Station held the key to Earth's defensive perimeter, or the jumping off point for a terrestrial offensive to regain the lost empire. So that kind of made me think of the military importance of, what was that stuff in Avatar, like unobtainium or something? Do you remember what it was called?
Yeah, they were after some mineral that was below
Yeah.
the tree.
And it was like the key to them like spreading and like all the technology and conquering the station, or conquering the galaxy, right?
Yeah, put it in the comments if you know what that is.
And so this whole idea of the station being like the key between, Earth and rebellious colonies kind of made me think of Avatar. Like I said, tenuous connection at best.
Mm-hmm.
But there's your second option. And then the third option is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. And this has the kind of... So Area X has been cut off from the rest of the world for decades. Nature has reclaimed the last vestiges of human civilization. The first expedition returned with reports of a pristine, Edenic landscape. The second expedition ended in mass suicide. The third in a hail of gunfire as its members turned on one another. And the members of the 11th expedition returned as shadows of their former selves, and within weeks all had died of cancer. So this made me think of Avatar because there's a certain degree of transhuman like transformation in this book. Like when you go into the breach, when you go past into the Southern Reach area, it changes you. You don't leave it unchanged. Like it actually changes you on a genetic level. And so that kind of reminded me of like how they go into these avatar bodies and he becomes something different by the end of the movie, right? And then there's also kind of like the reclaimed Edenic landscape that's unmarred by like the military and human civilization and stuff like that. And yeah.
Have you read that one before?
I've never read this one before, no.
Have you read this
I
one?
haven't read any of these.
Oh, you haven't read any of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't read any of these. I tried. I don't know.
Well, that one sounds interesting.
Okay. Thank goodness. It's also the short one. And I won't lie, this is the one I actually most want to read of the three.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
And I do think it has the like most kind of connections
Yeah.
with Avatar, kind of subtly. It's not a great one-to-one, but
obviously
I
you
did
don't
my
know
best.
until you get, read it and whatnot, but yeah.
Really, Atlas alone is the best connection to Avatar because it has to do with environmental disaster on Earth and
it's
corrupt
blue.
politics. It's blue, but this already got picked, so
Yeah.
there you go.
2 Avatar movies.
Oh no.
It's a good movie, right?
It's a movie. The 7th prompt is free space. So I'm going to have DT pick anything he wants to pick off of my shelves. So this won't be limited to picking from my 15 books to read in 2021 TBR or my library checkouts. He can just pick anything that looks good. If it turns out to be like a later book in a series, I'll just read the next book in the series that I need to read. I will help you because I realize that the books are really hard to get to. Or if there's something you can think of that you want me to read, I can help find it maybe.
Do you have a book about dragons?
I have tons of books about dragons, I'm sure.
But how does a dragon fall in love?
I don't know if he falls in love, but he soul bonds with someone.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so based on that, I grabbed the first book in the Temeraire series. So this is a alternate history fantasy based set in the Napoleonic Wars, where they have dragons and they hatch dragons out of the eggs, and the dragons like soul bond to like their rider. And
okay.
so I think this one is maybe like a girl soul bonds to a dragon, and it's like scandalous. I don't really know. There's a whole series, and there we go. This is also a book off of my 15 to read this year.
Okay.
In addition to those books that we picked out, I also have 2 audiobooks I'm currently listening to and 1 book physically I am currently reading. So the book I'm physically reading is Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. This is another book off my 15 to read in 2021 TBR. I will be trying to read this month. I did start it today. Not too bad so far, but we'll see. My audiobooks I'm listening to are Forestborn by Shannon Hale. This is the 4th and final book in the Books of Bayern series. I'm really loving it. It is about Rin, Razo's little sister. Highly recommend. And then the other audiobook I will be listening to is Velocity Weapon by, insert her name here, I don't remember off the top of my head. I started this back in September, but I've been on hold to renew it, and I just got my hands back onto it, and so I'll be finishing it in December. Altogether, that will be 10 books on my TBR, including the ones that DT helped me pick out, which is just monstrous, considering I've been reading on average like 1,200 pages a month. I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but I will give it a go. Maybe I'll even vlog the pain and suffering. What are you doing?
Pain and suffering.
Thank you so much, DT, for helping me pick out these books and playing along. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem.
It breathed some, fresh life into the TBR. Picked some things off my shelves I definitely would not have gotten to anytime soon, which is good. Because I own it. I should read it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely told me we don't have any more space for me to buy books, and I went out and bought like 10 more books, so gotta get reading them. Like I said, these questions will be listed down below if you're interested in challenging your partner to help you pick out your TBR. That'd be awesome. Let me know if you do, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on you to be come up with a lot of words. Because you have
I
to
like the book picking. Goodbye, everybody. There you go.